Here we are, guys. Another year down, another Thanksgiving, another year to be grateful and thankful for everything that we have, everything that we have achieved, everything we have gone through. And man, I'm excited to be able to make this video for you guys today. I wanted to take a moment really quick before it gets absolutely crazy with all the Thanksgiving festies, the Black Friday, holiday shopping, Cyber Monday stuff. And I wanted to express a moment of gratitude. I do this every single year. I make a video and let you guys know, how much we appreciate you. This year hits a little bit different for me. This has been one of those years where I've been absolutely battle tested to the fullest capacity. In my entrepreneurial journey, I've probably been an entrepreneur now for about 15 years. I would say Labz coming up on 10 years in February. So this brand has demanded the most from me. It's been very challenging the last year. There's been trials and tribulations. There's been hardships. There's been loss. There's been turnover. There's been a lot of stressful nights, a lot of sleepless nights. There's been panic. There's been anxiety. I've triggered every single emotion embarking on this journey. And I have to say, as crazy as things are, I am completely thankful for them. I realize something, when you're having a bull market, everybody seems to be an expert, right? Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody's making money. Things are easier. Everybody's happy. And there's no challenge at the current moment, right? It's like, okay, let's scale, let's put more money in, let's do this, let's do that. But then I realized there's also limited growth from the internal perspective, where a year like I'm having right now, and a lot of people are, I've spoken to many people to poke around just to see what's going on in the industry. And you're seeing like a lot of stores closing, a lot of brands consolidating. I've had more people reach out to me with resumes looking for work in the last 6 months than I've had in the last 6 years. Stores that I sell to, we're a very wholesale heavy brand. We have a decent direct to consumer business, but we sell to a lot of the business to business. They've closed down. I've watched maybe 8 stores close down in the last couple of months. A little scary, right? Things are changing. Things are moving very, very fast. And one of the things that I really want to be grateful for, most importantly, from a selfish perspective, is this journey that you guys have allowed me to endure. With all your support with Labz, it's a decade. We're still moving on the shelves heavily. We're still moving pretty well direct to consumer. Social media is still doing pretty well. We have a lot of people that are promoting the products. Every time they try the products, they're in love with the products. We have a high customer return rate on the website. So people who support the brand come back and support the brand again, time after time again. And I'm truly grateful for that. But some of the things that you guys have allowed me to do over the years is learn a lot about myself. And you learn a lot about yourself when things are good and things are flowing and they're going great, and how you act and who you become. You learn more about yourself when things are a little bit down, things are a little bit more challenging, things are a little bit harder. When you're being battle tested and you have to rise to the occasion to overcome something and figure it out, that's where I feel like you truly grow. And that's where I feel like you truly evolve as a person, as a human being. And you get to learn a lot about yourself, who you are, what you're made of, what you're capable of, how you react to situations, how you handle stress, how you grow from these situations, and, define your legacy, right? So with me, the last year has been a little challenging. I caught myself in a really bad place. I was just stressing, being negative, slightly pessimistic, which I'm really not too much of a pessimistic person, but it's came out in me. It's came out in me. I've saw it and I've checked it at the door. And I'll tell you, it's made me change my thinking. It's made me change the way I react to a lot of things. It's made me change my strategy and the way I look at things. At the end of the day, somewhere down the road, I can't speak for the very current moment, but I do believe somewhere down the road that these challenging moments and these hardships and these things that we go through, they will make you a better person in sometimes the short term, but definitely within the long term. Your life is going to be a compilation of these compounded clips and these highlights of, ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. And then the more downs that you overcome and the more that you achieve and the better you become and the more experienced you become down the road, it's going to be better. And I think as you get these highlights, the highlights will just keep increasing. The wins will be bigger because you have more of that experience. You already weathered all of these storms. You already figured out a lot of these things. Not saying you're not going to deal with new things. There's always going to be new problems, but you're not going to make the old mistakes again. You're not going to deal with old habits again. You're going to know how to handle a situation if it comes to the door, and you're going to know how to handle that because you've done it before. You're going to be that much more experienced than the other guy starting out. So with the 10 years that I've embarked on the Condemned Labs journey, it's really, really helped me figure out who I am, and it's allowed me to figure out what I'm capable of. And it's just really been, it's been a great experience. It's been challenging. Yes, it's been stressful. There's been a lot of highs. There's been a lot of lows. I've had some of my most monumentous wins. I've done things that I didn't even think I was capable of, and then good things, great things, things that people would celebrate and people might not do in a lifetime. And then there's been some lows. There's been some challenges. A lot of things going on that just like, wow, okay, there's a lot of turbulence going on. And then, those moments though ultimately help define you. And I think that you have to be thankful for both of them, because without a healthy balance of good and bad, you really just don't know. You just don't know who you are. You don't know what you're made of. You don't know what you're capable of. You never have to rise to the occasion to elevate yourself to the next level. You can't unlock that next level unless you've been through it, unless you got through all the obstacles and completed the board. And no, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's a lot easier said than done. So that's one of the things I'm most grateful for. The other thing that I'm really grateful for is just my wife, my kids, my growing family. This year, you realize how important family really, really is, and how much more time I want to be able to devote to be spending time with my family and just doing things with them, and just be more of a present dad, and just be more in the moment for my wife, and just be able to give them the world and my undivided attention. So, I'm just grateful for my family because they've supported me through a lot of things and a lot of these situations that I've been through over the last couple of years with my little entrepreneurial journey. Has taken me away from them, hasn't allowed me to be the best version of myself for my family. And they don't treat me any different. So they don't treat me any different. They see what's going on. And I'm just grateful that I had that support system and that backbone, because I don't know what I would do without it. So with that being said, guys, I just wanted to say thank you. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for everything you allow us to do. Thank you for keeping us stocked on your shelves. Thank you for having us in your cupboards, in your kitchen counters. And thank you for sharing and tagging us at the gym. I hope each and every one of you has an amazing holiday. Spend some time with the family and the loved ones. Truly disconnect from the phone. Be present in the moment. Be present in the moment. You don't get a second shot at it. As you get older, you see how hard it is to get everybody together, and it becomes very challenging to get, the family together. Everybody has things going on. Everybody's traveling. Everybody has kids. Everybody's got other responsibilities and obligations, right after, and it's not easy to get everybody together. So if you have a house with, all your family in one place and you're there, make sure you have a good time and you maximize and capitalize on that moment. For us, we're going to probably, obviously want to cook some good food. We're going to unwind a little bit. We're going to play around. We're going to listen to the kids playing. We might go outside and throw a football, play some cornhole. Left, right, center is big in my house. CeeLo's big in my personal household with my family. I don't know if the rest of the family, but we're going to have some fun. We're going to unwind. We're going to enjoy. And I think you guys should do the same. I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for listening in. If anybody's going through it right now, you're not alone. There's a lot of people going through some really, really tough times. And don't sit there and dwell on the bad. Try to look for the good within the bad. It's always there. There's always a light flickering at the end of the tunnel somewhere. Might be hard to see at the current moment. You might be in the thick of it, but just realize, be grateful for these times too, because these are the times that ultimately make you who you are, and they're character builders. So, guys, have an amazing, have a blessed Thanksgiving, and just go enjoy yourselves. Okay?